father of Hiroaki.
On the morning of August 6, the day of the atomic bomb, my son, Hiroaki, left our house in Kusatsu around 6:30 to get to school by 7. Later that day, I went searching for him with 2 other fathers from the same town, Mishima and Tamura, whose sons were also first-year students at Hiroshima First Middle School. We searched for our sons around the sweet potato field in the schoolyard, calling out, "Are there any students of First Middle School?" People there were lying in groups of 2 or 3. Several were dead already. I heard some faint replies amid the gasping voices, but I could not see my son anywhere. This continued through the night, leaving me anxious and despairing for him. On August 7th, the next day, I heard that many students of the first middle school had been moved to the vicinity of Hiroshima, so I immediately headed in that direction. After going through a quarantine station on a pier, I saw a huge mass of students, male and female, who had been evacuated there. It looked like a living hell, with dead bodies piled up like a mountain in the vast field in hot summer. Tags had been attached to each of them bearing names and addresses. I worked my way through the mass of wailing crowds who were hovering between life and death. Searching like a madman, I was shouting, "Are there any students of the first middle school?" At last, I found Hiroaki in the farthest corner of a military barracks, lying on his side on a wooden floor. With nothing but his underpants left, he had burns all over his body. By now they were blistering, and his face was completely swollen. At first I couldn't recognize him, but from the name still written on his underpants and the tag the soldiers had attached, I finally confirmed that this was my dear son. "Hang in there, Hiroaki. Daddy's here for you. I know they'll make you better," I yelled near his ear. He opened his eyes slightly and seemed to nod. His entire face was burned, as well as places on his hands and arms, chest, back, and legs. The skin on both hands hung like tattered rags dangling in the air. Hiroaki was barely conscious. All around him were other 13 and 14-year-old boys and girls who were dying one after another, calling out their parents' names. I remained by his pillow, scribbling as fast as I could the words he was speaking while delirious from the fever and toxins in his body. "Ah, so hot, I'm burning all over. Hurry, hurry, get away! Teacher, where are you? Hurry, let's get away. Hurry, hurry! Please, sir, please help me. What happened to Tamura and Mishima? Let's go home. Is there a Miyajima train? Grandma, Mom, I just want to go home. Teacher, please let me go home. I just want to see Mom once more. Officer, am I still alive? Dad, is our family still alive? Oh, Grandma, I'm so happy you've survived." Hiroaki's delirium continued through August 8th and 9th. At last he said, "I'm not going to make it. I'm going to die," and then fell silent. On the 10th, his condition suddenly worsened. His grandmother cradled him in her arms, her very first grandchild, who is now dying, and she cried into his ear, "Hiroaki, please say Grandma once more." Faintly he answered, "Grandma." We moistened his mouth with cool water as his breathing grew heavy. Gradually his hands and feet became cold, until finally he passed away.